everybody. This is Michael James, and welcome to the Noggin Podcast, episode number 4. And today we are going to go into the story and how Solid Number came about, what it is, what we're up to, and what we're looking to do in the future. So, this Noggin Podcast is really about ideas, how ideas come about, how we can share ideas, how we can help others create ideas and make them a reality. And what I'll be doing is in some of the future episodes, be bringing in other business experts that have taken their ideas and created them into realities, substantial businesses, ongoing services, or products of value to a variety of customers. And so today, uh, part of Michael and my journey and what I've been up to is over the 34 years I've been on this earth, I come up with different ideas. I have an idea journal. It's got about 100 multi-million billion dollar ideas in them. And as I get those ideas, I find a time and a place for them of when I can actually work on them and put them into reality. So, in a future episode, episode number 5, I'm actually going to be talking about all of the new Noggin brands that I've been building for the last 2 months, 60 days, and they're 10 different business models I've been working on and been calculating of when those ideas would be relevant and how they could all kind of come together and work in unison. So today in episode 4, we're going to go into one of the master ideas that really lead into the future of what I'd like to be doing and how I can work with different partners and create opportunities for a variety of different industries, of different industry partners, as well as future projects that I would like to work on for myself. So, Solid Number was an idea that came to me in November of 2016, and it was right before Thanksgiving. So November 16th at 3:33 a.m. That time is a very substantial number. And so I got up at 3:33 a.m. I looked at my phone and went, "Oh wow, it's really early in the morning," and I saw what time it was and I realized those numbers were pretty substantial, meaningful numbers at 3:33 in the morning. So I got my digital notepad out and I started typing away on this concept of this business CRM, these referral partners, and how all of this kind of new business and banking CRM or application would come together. And so when the idea hit me in that morning, I really had never seen or heard of anything like that in the marketplace already. And so I think it was like 2 or 3 days, I basically did research and started to research and then contact different companies of what they were doing and seeing if it was similar to what I was thinking and seeing if it was even possible or illegal, to be honest. And so the first couple days of me getting this initial idea for this gigantic business CRM and referral network was really researching different banks, financial institutions, different marketing companies that were creating and developing a variety of different technology and applications. And so after this initial idea landed in my head, I went out and saw if it was even close to reality, if there was someone already doing it, if there was a lot of people doing it. I really didn't know. And I really wanted to qualify the idea so people didn't think it was a multi-level marketing idea. The way that I foresaw the referral network, the software, as well as the financial products that we'd be offering. So I wanted to differentiate our sign up and affiliate program different than a multi-level marketing. And so our program from the ground up is nowhere close to that and never will be. So I had to qualify that as well. And then I had to see if the ideas and the referral model that I had thought I had to see if there were banks, if there were merchant service companies, payment facilitation, or PayFac companies that were doing something to that degree. And as I was researching that 4 years ago, I really did not see anything to the degree and depth that I was thinking. And so then I had to go and talk to a variety of lawyers and see if they could lock down any of the concepts or processes with an intellectual property lawyer. And after going through four different intellectual property lawyers, we found out that due to the degree and application of this referral and banking, there wasn't a piece that was unique enough or that you could actually qualify as intellectual property. It was basically what I had thought of as just a higher level reconfiguration of a variety of other services that were already kind of out in the market. What I was doing is trying to build all of those services into one application, so to speak. And those lawyers at that time had not seen any documentation in that space. So they basically said, if you have the idea, go see if you can build it. And so then basically I had to find different app developers, banks, and marketing companies to see if there were people working on an idea similar or if that was even possible to build something of that nature. So after doing some initial research in November and December, my wife and I at the time, we were working on a van build to then move to Los Angeles. The idea was to take that van and move around and meet all of these different potential partners that I'd be working with and see how I could utilize our new business model within their industry, within their customers, and also within their marketing and then also financial structure moving forward. So it was kind of like a secret fact finding mission for a couple months. And that couple months ended up being 9 months in total. We originally thought it would be a month or two living in the van, moving around, ended up being 9 months. And it was just a really fun, easy process. And I got referred to a ton of people. And that's why I ended up staying that long. And the weather was nice and warm too, compared to Bellingham. So it was pretty funny. So what ended up happening was we went down there. I went to a bunch of different networking events and met a ton of different industry experts, and they then referred me to then their friends or other industry experts that they knew. And so it ended up just being this extensive network, basically from Malibu to Long Beach. And so it was every week or two we'd move the van and basically go meet new people along the way. So as I was doing that, I was really fine tuning the approach of when I was speaking to, say, like a marketing agency or a banker or consulting firm. I was really fine tuning what they were offering, what their problems were. And then I was offering this idea as a solution. And they were like very impressed. And they said, well, if you could build something like that, that would be, a huge helping hand. And there's really nothing like that. And I myself, as a marketer, for the last 10 years, I've had, a number, probably say 100 plus clients pay for really top dollar CRMs, marketing software, advertising software, and different platforms. And I've gotten to go in, customize, work with their developers and programmers in customizing that so it works specifically for our customer and their sales process. So as I went into that, what I was learning was, again, there was no application or software that was doing what I was looking to hopefully build. I was finding pieces that were useful, and I was like, well, that could be a piece of what I'm looking to build, basically like a Lego piece. Like I could snap that here and put that here and then arrange these so it works like this. That's kind of how I was foreseeing that. And so as I went from Los Angeles, I moved back to Bellingham. And what I did is then I started to find different app developers individually, and then basically building custom teams to basically use these Lego pieces of different APIs and integrations of building a CRM and a software that hopefully would work to the degree that I was needing. As I was working with the first team, the way I was speaking to them was very marketing oriented. They were very program and development oriented. And so the conversations were not always the best. It was really hard to communicate with guys from, I think it was 3 or 4 different countries. We had Australia, Europe, and then a bunch of guys in the States here. And then that was the first team. And so as we kind of got to the end of the road with that first team, they were having conversations with me like, hey, Mike, this may or may not be even close to feasibly possible to the degree you're looking. Like, you've developed and found, I think it was nine different programmers and developers in that first team. And they were pretty, they were thinking it was not possible. They said, let's put together as much as we can for you. So maybe you can then find people as you go and piece it together. And so that's kind of like, that was the first team, is they were very honest with me and said, hey, we can build these pieces for you and get it to this degree, but we're not going to be able to finish it. So that was a very, frustrating process for me to realize that after spending, months and a lot of money with these, initial teams. So after that initial team, they basically wrapped it up in a package so I could go and hand it off to another team. So then I spent another month or two after I was back in Bellingham looking for then team number 2. And then they were basically, in short, basically, I think we had 7 or 8 developers again in that. We got a much further down the road. We had a working model, and it came down, oh, that's what it was. It came down to the referral process, and the depth of the transactions was not, it only went to like 1,000 customers. And I think it was like 10 million transactions, which in my mind, I was like, well, that's a fun starting point, but that's not close to what I need. And so they came to the end of, kind of their skill set. And so then again, they packaged it in a way that I could then take to the next team. So then what I did is I went on different Upwork and LinkedIn and basically tried to get a lot of referrals to build team number 3. And I actually pulled talent from different PayFac companies and then had to have their developers in their off time working for me to try and build something that had never really been put together. So after team number 3, we actually did a launch in April of 2020, I think. Yeah, it was April of 2020. We did a soft launch. We had 100 customers, and oh, that's what it was. We brought in like a consultant that had 5,000 customers himself, and we ended up realizing that his account and his amount of customers, the something in the coding wouldn't allow our CRM application to duplicate into that many profiles, because we thought, oh man, if that one consultant has 5,000 customers and the next, say, insurance agent has 5,000 customers and the next dentist has 10,000 customers, we have to have all of these different profiles. So we realized that the profile, there was a limitation in the construction there. And then there was something with the transactional timing of when a referral fee would be paid out from a partner. It was like a day or two, and I was really hoping for it to be same day with a different like PayFac coding application degree of transactions. So it would be, you're basically buying a bulk transactor that you weren't even ready for yet. Because I was needing the speed of it Not necessarily the number of transactions, obviously, at the time, because we weren't live yet, but I was needing the speed of that application, pay out the referral fees same day instead of 1 or 2 days after the funds were dispersed into the client's account. So that way, the growth agent, is getting an instant commission, and they were, feeling that gratification, and, they wanted to share that with their team, kind of a thing, as in my mind, kind of a community team building aspect. So, anyways, we realized in team number 3 that it came to there were some additional limitations within that CRM that we were trying to build in the back end. So after that, I think it was July or August of 2020, and I was pretty frustrated. I kind of was at the end of my rope there, to be honest, and I was talking to a number of credit unions, and then I got referred to a number of payment facilitation companies. And then what I did is I researched the top 100 merchant and payment processing companies, and I honestly called all 100 of them, and it took to the last 3 phone calls to get to solid number. So the last 3 phone calls, there was a gal at, I can't remember the name of the PayFac company, but she's like, honey, she's like, if you've gotten this far, she's like, you're never gonna find that out of box setup. And I was like, I understand that. I said, I need the company's back end transactional system to work within mine. And something kind of clicked for her, and she said, oh, well, you might want to speak to this guy I know. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, sure, I'll make another phone call. Why not? I got nothing to lose at this point. And so I think it was the next day we had this meeting set up, and it was with Adam Campbell at Solid Number. And I researched them, couldn't find much information. They were located in Utah. So I spoke with Adam, and within 5 minutes, I let him lead into what he was up to. And my jaw mentally was on the floor. Physically, I was just like, that sounds interesting. Yeah, that's great. What else do you got? And I just kind of kept furthering the conversation because he was getting excited that I was like following along and understanding his process. And so as he got into his conversation, I just kept asking the dummy questions, and he's just kept opening up. And I was like, oh man, this is, in my mind, I was like, this is like damn near perfect for what I need. And so I stopped Adam at one point and I said, hey, Adam, I was like, I gotta tell you, man, like, I've been trying to find you. You're the unicorn out of this haystack. And so he laughed, and he said, well, let me show you something else. And he opened up another door, and I went, oh, there we go. That's what I needed right there. And so after that, Adam Campbell and then Ben Cowder, our CFO. So Adam is our CEO and Ben is our CFO. So they helped me put this together over a month or two. We finished off the platform, the banking setup, and the initial relationships that would get the financial products out there and offered, as well as the commissions, as well as the growth agent or sales agent platform built, and referral program built within that, and the commission structure. So again, that way it's not an MLM, it's a full-on real payment commission system. And it's better than a casino, to be honest. It's a little safer. And so as we got this ready, we launched this in November of 2020. And so now, since November, we've been adding other financial products, a variety of financial partners all over the country, and we've really extended the network. So we feel right now that we have one of the largest banking and financial networks in the country. We have over 550 institutions, different government agencies, different municipalities, small business development centers. We work with the SBA. We work with a number of banks, credit unions, merchant service, credit card processing companies, and then a number of funding and loan institutions that can help us from $500 all the way up to $500 million, depending on the credit of your business. And so the idea with Solid Number was to come out with an offering of an all-in-one super app that basically houses all of the applications or services that 90% of businesses use on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Solid Number would have all of those services and products inside of the dashboard and CRM. So as you're utilizing the CRM, you're clicking around on your reviews, your social media, your website, as well as your accounting system, all in one application. So in the Solid Number store or marketplace, we've added a number of different APIs as well as licenses. So as your business is scaling, say you're using QuickBooks Small Business today for your accounting, and say that in 6 months or a year you start scaling, and then you go from small business to enterprise, or small to medium, and then down to enterprise in say a couple of years. You're able to upgrade your software through our marketplace and just pay for the additional fee and keep all of your stats and information synced in our dashboard. So the idea is that once you sign up with Solid Number, we are the last CRM, hopefully, that you'll use. Because as we scale our store and service, we're going to be adding all of the features we feel that we can future think of what people might be needing. So as the Solid Number offering expands, as we gain more traction and add more customers and add more services, the idea is that as any size business, startup, small, medium, large, or enterprise, we have some customers that have over 10,000 locations. And so as any size business is scaling, we have the software and licenses within our Solid Number marketplace so that you can just upgrade and pay the difference in license fees. And then again, all of your information is synced and ready to go in our dashboard. So the idea of Solid Number went from me waking up at 3:33 in the morning, writing the idea down, and realizing that it was damn near impossible to do. But I thought, if I could get close to this or do this within the next 5 or 10 years, this would be the future of marketing and banking, I would think. The way I was foreseeing it, I really foresaw it as a national and international application, kind of like the way people are using Facebook or, any sizable app right now. And the way that I saw the community, the transactions, the way businesses would be built and refer each other and support each other would be just on this whole other supportive level, because there's a huge incentive within the referral program and commission structure. If you refer a business, they need a product or service within our store, you get an instant commission, and it's instant, literally within minutes. It's going into your bank account. It's a really efficient program, and it's kind of like if you go to Fundbox or PayPal today and you need a personal or small business loan, you fill out the form and it takes a few moments and you get notified if your loan is approved or not. Within Solid Number, we have that very similar process where you fill out our form, takes a few moments, and again, you're notified from a number of lenders what the rates are, the amounts that are offered, and then how quickly those funds could be dispersed into your bank account. So instead of getting one offer, you're getting 1 to 10, and you're getting varying rates and varying amounts. So that way you get to choose the terms of when you get to pay off that loan. And so the idea is that as any sized business was needing maybe a payroll loan because a vendor wasn't able to pay on time, or say that a business was needing an equipment finance loan, like they were needing new trucks or, new equipment or something that was pretty expensive, they were able to do an equipment finance loan through Solid Number, and we could finance that. Again, they'd get varying rates, again, from multiple offers, not just one. So it's kind of like a loan marketplace, kind of like an insurance marketplace or a dental marketplace or anything of that nature, We're just trying to do that for businesses. And so, Solid Number, what I'll do is I'll actually show you a quick little demo here from my Noggin branding website. So if you go to our marketing and funding dashboard and you click that first tab, you'll scroll down and you'll see a screenshot. And if you click on the PDF or that screen, when you click on the PDF, you can load the presentation. And this will show you the initial signups where you can sync all your accounts, then what the dashboard looks like for your small business as it's live, all of the different features and how everything kind of interconnects and works, and shows you the reporting and how you can then utilize our tools to build your business. The cool thing is within Solid Number, it creates these beautiful reports, so you really get to see a visual performance of your business and kind of have a weekly, monthly, or annual breakdown of kind of how everything's performing from retail, online, as well as your accounting and financials. And again, whether you're a business with one location or 10,000 locations, you're going to be able to have a dashboard that has all of those locations in one place. So you're going to be able to click in on each one, and then our custom dashboard loads for all of the accounts that are synced for that location. So if you have a map listing, website, all the social media, all of your reviews, and your accounting, all of it can be synced per location. So again, time management, all of your marketing account managers can easily log in and have access to all of those business accounts in one space. Myself, as a marketing agency owner, I used to have 100 customers. Some of those customers had one location, some of them had 50. And it would take so much time to just log in and out of all their Facebook accounts, LinkedIn, analytics accounts, whatever they were using. It took a lot of time just to do that. Now within Solid Number, you're just clicking in on a location and all of that stuff is synced instantly. It's amazing. Huge amount of time saving, makes everything easy to access. You're not going to be missing reviews. You're not going to be missing social media comments or likes or anything that's engaging on your accounts. And again, as your business is scaling, you might need access to funding capital for your business or yourself. And this is in our system. You're able to go through this form and apply for any of these financial products, and you're going to get notified within minutes of, again, the amount, the rates, and from which lender you can choose from. And another feature I mentioned was, as you're growing your business, you're going to have access to the Solid Number store within your dashboard, and say that you need Constant Contact instead of MailChimp as an email marketing campaign service. You can apply and sign up right here through our dashboard and export and import all of your data so it's instantly synced through our dashboard. Say that you need a mobile app developed. Say that you need different website plugins. Say that you need say that you need a very custom online appointment booking system. Whatever you're going to need for your business or multitude of businesses, all of the products can be found in this storefront as you're growing your business. Myself, as a marketing agency owner, we have 90+% of the products used for every sized client I've ever worked with, as well as most of the marketing agencies we've spoke with in this process. Say that you're a new business or a startup and you're needing access to domains, a business license, an employer identification number, your custom logo, business cards, as well as like maybe an accounting system like QuickBooks. You're able to apply for all of that, sign up and set it up, sync it all in our dashboard. It takes literally minutes instead of hours or days to even know about where to find all that, let alone sign up and do it. And you're able to do that all through our storefront. You're able to sync it immediately into your Solid Number Super app. And as a business owner and having access to all this information or being able to update and change it, you're able to go into all of your business profiles, Google Maps, or all of your online business directories and update that information live. And then as you publish it, it goes out to all of those directories. And again, as you're getting reviews, as you're getting social media comments, that stuff is synced immediately in our system, and you're getting notified through text, email, or your marketing team is getting those notifications, however you set up that notification system. And with Solid Number, we've also created very affordable small business packages for startup, pro growth, or enterprise businesses. And you can go to our website, click on each one, and you'll see more of the accounts in detail and what those services and price points are. And so now that Solid Number has built the foundation, Adam has built this amazing, very clean, easy to use super app. Ben is really our numbers and financial guru, and then we have a number of banking loan brokers that we work with. And we've really created a very substantial team, very easy to communicate, very quick. And it's been very fun for the last few months to start those initial partnerships and interactions and kind of test the models out. And really, for the next, 5 or so years, is really growing the business and then trying to get acquired and sell it, and then work into some other projects that we've got on our tables. So for myself, it's been really 10 years of building this marketing agency, getting known for branding, marketing, and advertising. And now it's been really kind of pulling myself out of that and transitioning into this marketing and financial guru that is able to go into businesses, be this internal and external consultant, and understand the business, the marketing, as well as the financials to a different degree, and be able to offer a really holistic package that supports the business from a multitude of angles and is able to work with that business for many years moving forward. About 85% of the baby boomer marketplace right now does not have an exit or acquisition plan. And so we work with a lot of merger and acquisition companies that come in. They support those companies for 1 to 5 years, and they get the company, the software, the employees, the whole structure ready for sale. And then that way, someone younger or more nimble is able to come in and basically buy a ready to go box business. And it's easier to come in for someone younger and pick it up and just take it and go. A lot of businesses, when we come in, need a lot of support and understanding of the process of what they need to have everything ready to go. And again, most of that marketplace, 80+%, doesn't really have an exit strategy in place. And so we bring in those experts. They consult through the process. They support the team, the business, and staff in the coming years. And then as that sale becomes more visible to the company, they then are able to find the buyer and have the transition be very slick. And whether it's management or different staff that are being transitioned out, it's a much easier process. And again, then they're able to take off and run like a business in a box. So that is a little bit about how Solid Number kind of came about, what Solid Number is, and kind of where we're looking to go in the next 5 or 10 years. I really can't foresee what's coming, but I'm excited to get into a lot of corporate partnerships that I've set up, as well as Adam and Ben. And we really get to come in as internal consultants with kind of a red carpet entrance and pop up a new tent in a way and show, kind of our system and how we're going to be able to plug and play with a lot of different industries. And so that's kind of, 21, 22, and 23 is getting in and installing the system and watching it play out in a lot of different industries and a lot of different size partners that we'll be working with. And so that's kind of my transition in the next 1 to 5 years. And I'm kind of excited to see because it's a very new process for me and it's not as production oriented. It's more communication, partnerships, and kind of thinking on your feet on a more consistent basis, where in the production process, you're more focused on a series of tasks from start to finish. And whether you have the time to do that in one sitting or it's multiple sittings, you really have to construct those different blocks of what you're able to do in the time given versus then scheduling it for the next block of when you're going to be able to do it. So the production mode as a small business owner is very unique because your time management is extremely crucial. Every 10 minutes, 30 minutes, hour is literally on the clock. And you have to, if you don't utilize that time for that, you then have to reschedule it and move other things. Or, say your brain isn't wanting to go do social media at that time for that client. You then again, you have to move that block and reschedule it so it then gets taken care of and you get to work on something in that time that you do want to work on. So it's a unique process, and I've been really doing that for 10 years of fine tuning this production process because I've been able to help a lot of businesses and I haven't had a software to do that. Now with Solid Number I do. It's extremely easy to duplicate my number of customers, but I would rather go out and help hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of other companies do that process and showcase our software in doing so. So, being a small business owner and working with every sized business, now having the software to take and do the hand holding and scale any sized business as we go is going to be a much easier process, much better relationships, and the results are already very phenomenal through our program as well as our loan process so far. So I'm excited for the next few years. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this podcast episode number 4. This was our episode number 4 on Solid Number, what it is, where we're going in the next few years. And I would watch episode number 5. That is really going to be talking about all the Noggin businesses, our new brands that we're bringing to the marketplace. And as of July and August of 2021, we're really getting to launch those and publicly share them with the market. They've been 10 big ideas that have been sitting in my little noggin, and I've taken the last 60 days to build them, and now I've put in the marketing and advertising, and most of them are already live and building brands and sales behind them. So it'll be fun to share that. So watch for episode number 5. It should be a banger. Should be very educational, have some fun stuff in it. Thanks for watching episode number 4. And remember, always use your noggin if you ever can't figure out what you're doing, or use Google. Have a great day, everybody.